The video of the two suns setting is real. It may be a flare, reflection, or artifact. My balcony camera recorded it, and I have displayed it here unedited for your review. I showed the video to get your attention. While having two suns may be arguable, I now have something else for you to look at. An extinction level event is occurring right now as we are distracted by is it two suns or not. In fact, if you are outside now, put on sunglasses and long sleeves and pants. You could pause the video. The Earth is being irradiated by killer ultraviolet bead radiation 24/7 each day. I'm showing you trees in the New York City area that are dying or dead from this constant, carcinogenic, cataract-producing assault. Don't get preoccupied with the source of the ultraviolet yet. Take appropriate steps to protect yourself against it. One of the big problems an astronaut has in space, or were they to stay on Mars or the Moon, is the lack of protection against various types of radiation, including ultraviolet. You have that same problem right now. The kids outside playing in the sun are probably not protected enough. People vacationing and sunning themselves have this problem. It's extremely serious. It's threatening to all life on Earth. We see the immediate effect as sunburn, but the ultimate outcome will be the same for all unprotected life within the next few years. Here, I show you how to see it and believe it by looking at the trees in your neighborhood. Stop, look at my photos, then look outside your window or go for a walk. Trees and plants in direct sunlight are dying. This is what I started noticing recently. Trees that used to have so much foliage that you could not see through their crowns are now thinner, and there are much bigger spaces in the crowns or the leafy part of the tree. Depending on the species, trees have differing strategies to try to survive what historically has been a temporary, possibly momentary or hourly irradiation that is now constant. They will die. They're changing colors if fall is here. They're looking burned on the leaves. The leaves of broadleaf trees look curled and wilted. The word withered comes to mind. Some trees have lost all foliage on one or more branches. I don't know if the tree cuts off or self-amputates limbs to allow its resources to go further and increase its chances of overall survival, or those dead leafless limbs just the start of a dead tree. Some leaves are turning purple. This reaction to photoinhibition is a planned strategy to combat damaging light, the most damaging being ultraviolet. Now, humans walk normally near the trunks of trees. The leaves on the bottom of the tree are most protected by the leaves above them from the damaging light, depending on the sun angles and similar factors. But now the problem is so severe that the entire tree is struggling to survive. This can be seen easily enough by examining the leaves even in shady areas of the tree. Learn about ultraviolet radiation. Ostensibly from Earth's sun, it is usually broken down into three categories. None of it is good. We got UVA, which is 315 to 400 nanometers wavelength. It's not blocked by ozone or atmosphere. UVB at 280 to 315 nanometers, mostly blocked by the Earth's ozone layer. UVC from 100 to 280 nanometers, completely absorbed by the ozone layer and by the atmosphere. Near ultraviolet 300 to 400 nanometers is visible to some birds, fish, and insects, and it's a normal part of their life. Above facts are from wikipedia.org, ultraviolet category. In past decades, there's been increasing damage to the ozone layer and other protections the Earth had against ultraviolet light. In recent years, the process has accelerated to such an extent that I believe our planet is now in a life and death struggle. The damage from ultraviolet is twofold, affecting all life on Earth. There's direct damage, causing the organism to become dysfunctional. Some of this can be repaired by the organism. Sometimes they die. DNA damage causes mutations. This is how DNA damage causing mutations from the ultraviolet. This is how cancer is caused by, it's also the reason that life cannot exist as we know it in zones of high constant irradiation. I now ask you to take a good look for yourself. You may find a tree that appears to be okay, but that's temporary and exception. Confirm to yourself that there is in fact something going on with the foliage in your area. Make sure you are dressed carefully. Don't rely on suntan lotions. Some clothing is rated for UV protection. That's what you want. And you want a lot of it. 100% ultraviolet blocking. If you work outside, consider how you're going to protect yourself. If you drive a lot, I bet you didn't know that windshield glass is specially treated to block UVA ultraviolet radiation. UVA still comes in on the side glass of a car, causing researchers to find a significantly higher rate of skin damage on the left side of people in the United States. That's from skincancer.org. This finding is buttressed by another study that confirms that in the United States, the majority of skin cancers develop on the left side of people's bodies and faces. That's also from skincancer.org, a study by Butler and Fosco. To date, the source of ultraviolet and other radiation, both harmful and helpful, has always been thought to be the sun. Is it the only source out there? Are chemtrails an attempt to mediate this problem by enveloping the Earth in a reflective layer of metallic particles? I don't know, but more on these theories in an upcoming video. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to Travel Into Wit and cloudofiron.com to stay informed on this.